Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Julie Kay here with a design team project for Ivy Shutters. And for this month I chose to work with a special delivery vintage mail journal kit. My journal does measure 5.5 by 7 1/4 and does have a 1-inch spine and 2 signatures. I used a Tim Holtz hitch post fastener for my closure. Also added some embellishments on the sides. Used a green hanging file folder for my cover and also some suede paper for my spine. And I am going to add this little frame right here, but I'm hoping for some help from you guys for a title for my journal. Some options I was kind of running through my head were the name of the kit, which is special delivery, or maybe the word correspondence or letters, and even just going with a generic journal. So I'm hoping you guys will leave a comment below just giving me some ideas what I should maybe title my little journal here. So for now I'm just going to take this off. I did leave the back side plain. And I also used the tissue taper technique to make this cover. And I'll go into more details on exactly how I did that at the end of the video. For those that do want to learn how to do that technique, I'll talk about that a little bit more. But I'm just going to open it up and get going. I did, when I created the file folder, I did fold it in. So I did create pockets in the front and the back. And use some different scrapbooking paper I've had in my collection for a long time. This kit was a little bit different than what I normally work with just because it's not as girly or frilly. But I did have several comments from a lot of people that I know that I showed this journal to before I videotaped it today, that said this would actually be a journal that they'd actually sit down and write in. So I'm kind of taking that as a compliment. So here's the first page. Like I said, it's 2 signatures and it's a special delivery kit from Ivy Shutters. It's a really pretty kit. I did choose to print all my printables on matte paper, and it was like 61 pounds, I believe. So it's a little bit thicker, but it did turn out really nice. The kit kind of has like a vintage parcel letter correspondence type feel to it. Stamped up here, that's a Graphic 45 stamp. I did some stenciling. And I also used some paper from Graphic 45, which is the typography collection, and also some Prima paper from my collection to enhance this digital kit. It's a postcard rubber stamp I have in my collection. And there's also a little spot in here. This is part of the kit from Lori. Some more stamping. This kit also does include several different types of lined paper. I do have a video in my lineup of where I actually just go through this kit with the pages so you can see each page that's included in all the tags. So I will also link that below along with the information from Ivy Shutters in case you do want to purchase this kit. So I created a little belly band here with just some journaling cards. Those are Prima cards. And then all the cutouts came from the typography Graphic 45 paper collection. It just went really well with Lori's kit. Another Graphic 45 image. And then the background, of course, is the special delivery kit. Here's one of the tags that's included in the kit. Made a little tuck spot. Like I said, this is a lot different for me to, usually I had lots of lace and ribbon and stuff to my journals, but it just didn't feel right when I started working with this kit. So there's no lace included anywhere in this kit. I also included lots of different, I have a collection of some old postage stamps that I bought a long time ago, so it was fun to use up some of those. Just some journaling cards, more stamping. She does include some envelopes, and so I chose to make it into a little flip up here, and then you can open it up. And I included one of her tags in there. And I also created a belly band right here. And then another tag. some Prima paper. They had some cutouts in the Prima paper, so it was this cute little envelope that seemed to match with the little telegram note right there. But one of Lori's tags from the kit. And then, like I said, she had some background paper, so I did use a lot of the background paper to create envelopes in this journal, and then the scraps I just made into little journal cards, and I kind of have those and tags kind of floating throughout the book here. So here's one of the envelopes I created, and I haven't put anything in the pockets yet, so. But that was the middle of the first signature. Just some more tags using paper for my collection and some die cuts. Another beautiful image from the kit. Some more stamping. Here's another tag from the kit. And then a journaling card from Prima. This is one of my favorite stamped images of the Flying Man. I've had that for a long time. And I had this little vellum envelope that my friend Sherry gave me, so I was able to use that in here. Some more scrapbooking paper. One of the tags that I created into a tuck spot. Just some miscellaneous ephemera from my collection. But the kit printed out really nice on that matte photo paper. Little tuck spot with one of her tags. And then there's the end of the first signature and the beginning of the second signature. I have a little envelope with a tag in it. And then I just tucked some parchment paper that I had left over from one of my previous journals. And then this envelope opens up, and then I just created some journaling cards. This was a Prima one, and then I used Lori's background paper to create some tabs for stuff throughout. I did add some washi tape too. I have some with a little script on it, which I thought matched the kit well. Then the other side, you can see the back side of the envelope, and then added some ephemera. Another one of Lori's tags from the kit, and just some scrap Prima paper that I had. Some lined paper. And then I had some washi tape that said airmail, so I just put that on. Another image from the kit. And I chose not to do anything with the main pages just because they were very lovely as they were, and I like to write. I like these big open spaces right here, so I like to write on these, but they would also be very conducive to adding photographs if I choose to. I think I'm going to not quite sure what I'm going to do with this journal yet, but possibly keep it for different letters from pen pals and stuff. I'm not sure. Some more tags. An envelope that I created using background paper that's included in this kit, and then a little journaling card, and I added a sticker to it. And I created that journaling card just again from background paper, which is really nice with this kit that there was, I believe it was 4 different types of background paper that you can use to create whatever you want. So again, here's another, this was one of her envelopes that she included, and so I just decorated it up with using some stickers and some cutouts from Graphic 45 and the Prima paper. And let's see, just added some parchment paper in there. And then there's a belly band, and then I added a tag also in there. Just a scrap piece of ephemera from my collection. And this background piece right here was one of her tags, and so I just layered up the envelope stamp that I have with some of the cutouts from the Graphic 45 paper. I did coffee dye all the paper that wasn't part of the kit that I added. Some more tags from her collection. This was just some ephemera. I think that one came from K & Company. It just seemed to go well because it looked like a little postcard, and I added the little postage stamp there. Another envelope that I created using her background paper, and I haven't put anything in there, so I don't need to open that up, I guess. Tuck spot. Some more stamping. I added the little column ledger paper throughout that I had coffee dyed. Little side pocket, and I used some little tags from leftover from another project that I created with die cuts and leftover paper. Here's one of her tags again. And background paper that I added a sticker to. And I made a journaling card from one of her tags to put in there. And this was part of the Typography Graphic 45 paper collection. It was just a little envelope with some tags that I had left over. So it was nice to add those to this journal kit. Like I said, that paper went quite well with this kit. It's a very fun kit to work with. So then here I layered up, this airmail is one of her tags, and then I layered up the typewriter and then the words unforgettable on there. Another tag I created using her background paper, and then just some leftover parchment paper that I just stamped on the top. And that's the last part of the last signature, and then just another journaling card with some scrap paper from my collection, and then the tab was made using her background paper. So that's the journal that I created using the special delivery kit from Ivy Shutters. And then for those of you that want to know exactly how I created this cover, I did use the tissue paper technique, and basically what you do is take tissue paper, just the plain old tissue paper that you wrap gifts in. And what I ended up doing is I tore it into pieces like this, not very big, just a whole bunch of pieces. And I did do this onto, like I said, a green hanging file folder, but this would work on a manila folder, on envelopes, on a book cover. This technique would work on whatever. And so I just scrunched up all my papers like this so that there's lots of texture into them. And so then I would lay them out on the hanging file folder, and I glued them down, and I chose to use matte medium, which is kind of a mixed media glue, but if you have Mod Podge or even like Elmer's glue, that'll work too. And so I just glued it down, and then if they were glued down and they had some wrinkles in it, I just left it. And so I did that to the whole cover, let it dry. And if I felt like it needed more texture to it, then I'd crinkle up some more tissue paper and add to it. So I kept on kind of doing that till I liked it. And then I went over it with just some white gesso. And then after that, I did spray it with this Lindy's Stamp Gang. It's Moonshadow Mist, but you could use any type of spray that you had. I just chose this one just because there's just a little bit of purple in there and maybe some burgundy colors, which kind of match the inside of the kit. So that's why I went with that spray. And then once that was dried, I also just took a sponge and used some distressed ink. This is Gathered Twigs. And I just kind of randomly put that over there. Once it had dried again, then I chose to go over it with the glass medium and varnish. And that just kind of adds a protective finish on there. But you do realize when you do use this type of medium or anything that's wet like this, that your distress ink, because it does react with water, it is going to smear a little bit. So I did get kind of some lines and stuff in here, and that was created because of the distress ink. It just kind of gave it a different look, which I really like. And so then once I had it protected like that, then I did go around the edges with just some of this cheaper, it's called Sahara Gold Folk Art acrylic paint. So I did go around the edges up on the top with that. And so that's basically how you create that background. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. Or if you'd like me to do kind of a step-by-step process tutorial on this background, I'd be more than willing to do that if there's interest in it. But I think there are some videos out there. But if you want to watch me do it, I'm more than willing to do that. So thanks so much for watching. And again, if you guys can comment on what type of title you think I should title it, I would love that. Thanks so much for watching. And again, I will link all of Ivy Shutter's information on this digital kit in the description box below. Have a great day, and thanks so much for watching.